Hello everyone, I'm Tim from Tim's PC and I build custom PCs to suit anyone's needs or budget. Also live stream my builds and repairs for transparency and educational purposes. So if you'd like to get an awesome new PC and you'd like to see it put together live, send me a message today. Alright, so we're back here again tonight and we're going to be doing like what we were doing last night, answering your questions live and building a new PC. So happy days. So we got an RTX 4070 Ti Golf Sim on tonight. So definitely selling more and more Golf Sims, which is great without being too much of a broken record. It's a great product. There is a link in the description. Go check out Bayside Golf. Yeah, as soon as he came to me, I was like, yep, I definitely want to be involved. I'll definitely put together some PCs for you and stuff like that. So yeah, happy days. All right, so I'll go through the components here and we'll get stuck right into it. So we've got the Ryzen 5 5600. We've got a Gigabyte B550M DS3H AC motherboard. We have a 256 gigabyte NVMe SSD, 16 gigabyte kit of 3200 megahertz CL16 memory. We've got the aforementioned RTX 4070 Ti card. We've got a 750 watt power supply, so it's a bronze rated unit, and the power supply and the SSD here all have a 5-year warranty. The rest of the components have a 3-year warranty. And then our case finally is the Antec NX320 case, which is a really good value case. Looks really like quite sharp, quite professional looking. At home, pretty much anywhere. It's a good value case, coming with the 3 pre-installed RGB fans on the front there. It's also got a built-in controller in the case there to control the RGB, so you don't need any other software or any other controls for the RGB. It's all just on the case. So for this product here, it works ideal. So the only other thing we add to a 4070 Ti Golf Sim is an extra fan. So we add an extra fan on the back there just to have a little bit more movement there.
Tim, Michael says good evening, Tim. Hope you and the family well.
Hey Michael, how you going? Good to have you with us. And we got
AJ says hello, Tim.
Hey AJ, good to have you with us. Alright, so let's get stuck right into it. So we got our rear I/O shield, we get some SATA cables, which we barely use anymore these days, and some Wi-Fi antennae. Alrighty. So a graphics card with a CPU cooler on it.
Yep.
Interesting.
Custom. There's 2 coolers with 2 Noctura fans.
Well, no, it's the Noctura cooler that's got the twin stack.
Oh, okay.
Yep, yeah, there's a cooler that's all from one CPU, but it's got 2 of the towers.
He's got one on the graphics card and one on his CPU.
Yeah.
He's got 3 Noctura fans at the bottom there.
It's a full-on Noctura cooled
build. There's a
build.
tiny little Noctura fan.
You got to take a photo of that.
I'll just post it.
Yeah, a link. That's from Thermaltake's page.
Yeah.
So Fluffy Mouths come back to hog the limelight there.
And Joel says, poor cat, still has the cone.
Yeah.
I did a trial run yesterday and today with him not wearing the cone, and I found him pulling his fur out from his stomach again. So the cone of shame lasts for a bit longer, I think. Poor fucker.
But the thing is, he would have only been licking it like that because it was his only, it was the only part that he could get to because he was still wearing the cone.
Yeah.
So he was it was loosened, but he was still wearing the cone, right?
I did take it off him for a
for a
yesterday,
bit. But yeah, I think it's just because he could only lick that one bit, so he's just gone to town on that because he hasn't been able to lick. Freaking cats! Hey Eddie, how you going? Good to have you with us. Just dropped the CPU there. Don't worry, CPUs are rock solid. No moving parts on our CPU, but I mean it's very well packaged anyway. So it's our Ryzen 5600 6-core 12-thread CPU. And we will be using our stock cooler.
Poor fluffy member.
Oh well.
He tried to look around the cone.
Yeah, he does that. He tries to look around the cone. He doesn't understand. He's only got like one brain cell, so.
No, half a brain cell.
Half a brain cell.
He's very pretty, but he's got half a brain cell.
Yeah, he's a pretty cat, and that's how he gets through life. If it wasn't for that, he would struggle.
And Sean wants to know, what is the CPU compared to the i5? Like, how would you compare it to the i5?
To the i5, which i5?
I'm assuming the new one.
Well, I think it's apples and oranges with the 13400F because that's a 10-core 16
What
thread.
about the 12?
With the 12400, yes. So the 12400 is a better CPU. It also costs 25% more than this CPU. So you're getting about 25% more like dollars to spend on it, and you don't quite get 25% more performance. So this is still a little bit of a better price performance option, especially once you factor in the cost of the motherboard as well. So it's quite expensive still on our LGA 1700 socket Intel motherboards. You'll pay at least $20 to $40 extra for a similar spec motherboard, so you got to pay that tax as well. So that's the thing. So when it comes to price performance, the 5600 still sort of the winner there, especially when you combine it with the motherboard. So if you just want to understand where it sits compared to the i5, the i5 would be a little bit more future-proof, but I mean, realistically, this is more than what the Golf Sim needs to run at 4K. So we've already got some sort of like future-proofing into the system with the graphics card. The CPU's fine; it's going to keep up with our graphics card for quite a while. Yeah, basically. We could go with, if we went with i5 12400F, which is a slightly stronger CPU, it'd cost us 25% more for the CPU and about $30 extra for the motherboard. So all in all, probably about 70.
He's doing the old razzle dazzle.
The old razzle dazzle. So probably, yeah, realistically, about $75 extra for Intel, and it would be a little bit better, but realistically, not going to make much difference to the end user. Certainly not for this particular application.
Tim?
Yeah.
Animatrix wants to know, which processor should I buy if I'm going to install a GPU, Ryzen 5 5600G or Ryzen 5 5600X?
I'll definitely go 5600X. The G is just because it has the onboard graphics chip. So basically it's a CPU that has a GPU on the same CPU. So it's all in one. And that's what the display ports are on the back of the motherboard. They are only in use when you use the 5600G, which has the onboard graphics.
Fluffy man, you need to like stop sitting.
So you can also get the 5600 non-X if it saves you a bit of money as well. The sort of the difference in price can sometimes make a bit of a difference.
Really,
if you want to save a bit of money and you're not pairing it with like the highest spec graphics card, like a 4090 or something like that, maybe you can get away with 5600 non-X, so which is the one that we've got here tonight.
He really wants to just chill right there. Right,
he doesn't understand.
Dude.
He just doesn't understand.
There we go.
He's just dumb. he is like cats are kind of stupid, but he's like really, really dumb. Even for a cat. But yes. Yeah, go the 56. If it's a choice between the two, definitely go the 5600X. Don't go spending like an extra $100 on the 5600X over the 5600 non-X. Don't think like that X makes all the difference or anything like that. It makes a bit of a difference, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I wouldn't be paying a big amount more for it, especially if I was on a budget. Take that panel off there, and the back panel. So this is a relatively straightforward build. I've done a fair few of them recently.
And I'm assuming you're going to be doing a few more.
Yeah, I would say so, and that's really, really good, because what's cool is that a couple of them have gone to gone to people's workplaces.
I was just going to bring that
up. A couple of cool business owners have gone, hey, that's exactly what we need at the office. So yeah, how cool is that? So hopefully we get a few more sales like that for the sake of the workers. But yes, I mean it's a good product, and obviously it does more than just play golf. It's a 4070 Ti with a 5600 and 16 gigs of RAM. It'll run pretty much anything you want. I'm just going to chuck this one fan on front here. So it's good to have a little bit of extra airflow around the CPU and around the stuff at the back of the CPU and around the CPU. This is called the MOSFET and VRM, and basically you can think of it as like the way in which a lot of the CPU is powered. And so as you start using your CPU more intensively, everything around it gets sort of starts to heat up and whatnot. So things around here overheating on the motherboard can lead to your computer just like shutting down randomly, blue screening or something like that. So you want to try to avoid that where possible. And if you don't have the exhaust fan, it's a good idea to install it in that situation. Not a problem with you know, some cases. Some cases don't have an exhaust fan here at the back, like a Lian Li Dynamic 11, and that's fine. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong. It's because that case has 9 fans. The airflow dynamics are different to how this case is set out. So okay. And that can just get plugged straight into the motherboard at the back there. It's nice and easy. Alright, so all we've got is just these cables here at the back to sort out. So basically all that stuff there goes to the motherboard. Then we have our fan and RGB controller, which is just powered by the SATA plug. Then we've got our RGB controller, and this is actually the reset switch header, which is on the case there, and we use the reset switch button to control the RGB lighting in this case. So no reset switch. I mean, it's sort of a little bit redundant. You don't need a reset switch as such. It's a bit of a relic from a different era. And then yeah, you can just sort of run those cables sort of down beside the side of the case, in behind that lip, and it should sort of just tuck away nicely there. Then you've just got one cable to plug in to the power supply.
Into the bowl. I was like, what the hell was that? You should pull that closer to yourself.
Alright. And once again, our CPU power cable. That can also just sort of go up behind the lip of the case there on the other side. And then we've got our graphics card power cables. Our SATA and Molex cables, we don't really need them, so we're just going to bunch them up and just sort of tuck them back sort of next to the power supply there. And we'll just plug in that one SATA power cable that we need. Very good. Then we got power for the motherboard, power for the graphics card, power for the CPU. And then there we go. Okay, so lay the case down here for the next part.
Just bought cheapest laptop from AliExpress.
Oh God.
Jesus. I feel like it would, the screen would bend if as you're opening it.
Yeah, of course it would. It's got that AliExpress flex to it. So I've just got a couple of offsets to install and move around. Got the rear I/O shield installed. Alrighty.
Oh. Starting early tonight. Sorry, the can you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Sound of tires being melted on the pavement. With like rising costs, like wouldn't you think that people would stop doing that? Ruining their fucking tires.
Do you think they paid for those tyres?
Yeah, probably not.
They're stolen tyres.
Yeah, I guess.
Or there are people...
I'm not one to go and start doing burnout, so I wouldn't have a fucking clue. I just think about my own car. I'm like, no. Maybe in the dirt, but not on the pavement.
Yeah.
No, that's just stupid.
Alrighty. So now we've just got our components to hook up for the front panel, etc. So we're going to run these cables behind the motherboard there. Who was that, sorry?
George.
Hey George, how you going? Good to have you with us. Seriously? What is that getting stuck on? What the bloody hell, it's not normally that hard to feed a cable through.
Lucky bastard. He says hi from Greece.
Hey Darren!
Hope you're enjoying your holiday.
How's Greece this time of year? I would imagine nice and warm.
Would it be dry?
Relatively dry. Relatively dry. It's a Mediterranean heat. It's a dry heat.
Yeah.
It's a dry heat, but I mean it is by the coast, so you know it's still. It's not like. But see, it's just across from like northern Africa, so you can get like a weather system bringing that northern African air into the area. Here's me talking about the frickin' Mediterranean. I've never even been there. I'm just a geography nerd. But yeah, I've never even been there.
Oh, you'll be there
One day.
when we're old.
Probably.
Isn't that how it goes? Unless we become millionaires.
Yeah.
In 20 years, who knows how much our property will be worth one day.
Yeah. We need somewhere to live. Okay, so let's get a few more bolts in our motherboard.
Darren says it's hot. And it's in the 40s.
In the 40s, Jesus.
Let's go for a swim.
That's
go snorkeling or
very,
something.
very warm. Yeah, don't worry, it gets like that here in summer.
I know exactly what that's like. It reminds me of Ipswich.
We had
summer.
remember that day where we had 48 degrees?
Yeah, it was like 43 in the shade.
Yeah.
Outside.
Yeah, that was a bit ridiculous.
That was intense. Dogs definitely had to come inside that day with the air conditioner running and all the curtains shut. Felt sorry for people without air conditioning. Yeah, Deb was saying she had like, what, 45 on her deck, veranda that day. It's fucking insane. So yes, I understand the whole. I want to go to Greece now. Let's go. George says holiday weather for me is high 20s.
High 20s. Yeah, I mean that's nice. There's a place in. I'll tell you a fun geography fact. There's a place in Vietnam. I think it's Vietnam or Cambodia or somewhere in Southeast Asia there. Anyway, it's near the equator. And the elevation of this mountainous valley it's like a bit of a mountainous sort of valley. It's like an elevated valley sort of thing in between some mountains and stuff like that. Anyway, it's one of the most climatically stable regions in the entire world. So basically, this region, it only varies like between.
It's in the Canary Islands.
No, this isn't the place I'm thinking of. It's not the Canary Islands. But the Canary Islands might be even more climatically stable. But anyway, this place it's like full of like agricultural.
Maybe you're thinking Ecuador? No?
No. No, it's up there. I don't know if it is the most climatically stable, but it only varies about 3-4 degrees between the minimum and maximum temperature all year round. So this region doesn't have like regular seasons like the rest of the world. It just has like one season all year, and there's like nighttime and daytime maximums. And yeah, there's like basically no temperature variation all year. So it's just like the entire region is just filled with like vegetable cropping, because it's just like the perfect climate to grow pretty much all the foods that we like to eat. Alright, so I'm just making our power connector here for our 40 series card, because they introduced a new kind of power cable for it, and so they include a special adapter, because it's not like the power's obsolete, it's just the frickin' connector.
George says anything higher than high 20s is just torture.
Yeah. It's the humidity. It's the humidity that'll kill you. You can handle, like, trust me, it can be fine around in the low 30s as long as the humidity is like 10%. Then it's like that's a nice day today. Yeah. All cheese.
I like cheese, but oh man.
All that American pride.
Coronary doesn't look 20 slices of cheese. That's
20 slices of American, like, Macca's cheese on a burger. Burger King in America is releasing it, the ultimate cheeseburger. It's only cheese.
That's fucked up.
I just see it and I'm just like, you know, I just hear the lyrics, you know, those satyrs that Star Spangled Banner yet wave.
That's cool.
Alrighty.
Speaking of the US, the fire department thought it'd be fun to take the fire truck down to the park and turn on the hose for the kids to run through. It was like over 32 in God knows where. East Moline. I have no idea what that is.
No, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. America's a big place. Like it's like, you know, sort of similar in size to Australia, but like if you live in Australia and you haven't been to America,
it's in Illinois.
Illinois. Yeah, the S is silent.
Oh, whatever.
No, I'm not trying to be. I'm literally not trying to be condescending.
I know.
I was just like, yeah. If you're saying it, you would have said it, and you would have felt weird saying it, right? You've always said it like that? Ah, okay. Well, it's Illinois, not Illinois. It's spelt like that, but it's no, it's all good. It's all good. So you're from Australia, so you wait and you hear Americans try to pronounce our freaking places.
Yeah, I know. I've got Canadian family, and when they come over to Australia, it's quite funny.
Oh man, that was funny when your mum's friend rocked up to Australia. We picked her up at the airport, and she didn't know that. She didn't even know that people drove on different sides of the road. She didn't even know that like a right-hand drive car was a thing. She like rocks up at the car and she like goes to get in the driver's side, and she's like, "What?" I'm like, "No, that's my side." She's like, "Huh?"
The funniest thing is her husband worked for GM in Canada.
Yes,
and that
yes,
was the only career he had.
Her husband was a
whatever.
veteran at a GM plant in Canada. So I'm sure he would freaking have died of shame knowing that his missus had no clue that there was like, you know, right-hand drive cars and like in other parts of the world they drive on other side of the road and stuff like that. Alright.
Tim Bardox wants to know which GPU would be better, Sapphire Pulse RX 6600, Intel Arc A750 or Gigabyte NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060.
Oh. So the RX 6600 non-XT, was it? Versus the Arc A750 versus the RTX
NVIDIA
3060.
3060.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I would probably look. I've got an Arc A750 in my own rig at the moment. Okay. Would I recommend it to other people? Probably not. Okay. The reason why, due to driver related issues. So you can pretty much write that one off as a recommendation from me. As for the RX 6600 non-XT versus the RTX 3060, depends if it's the 8GB RTX 3060, it's probably going to be fairly similar to an RX 6600, but the 12GB 3060 will pull ahead. So that's how I'd break it down. I always have a quick look. There's lots and lots of YouTube benchmarks on all the latest games with like different hardware. So I would always go and check out some of the benchmarks in your favorite games to make a good assessment as to what graphics card is the best. Because as soon as you start saying that this card's better than that card, it comes down to like, then there's a particular game that card's better than the other card in, and it gets a little bit dicey when you talk about it. When people like me try and give you like an answer to a question like that, we're doing our best to sort of give you an approximation, but fundamentally you need to go and have a look at it on a game-by-game basis, and the CPU, graphics card in the game that you want to play, and also take into consideration the age of the benchmark that you're running, sorry, that you're watching. So that's the key things to consider there. Alright, well, let's see whether this thing actually works. And do you know what we've got tonight? We have new USB sticks with Windows on it.
Haha. No slow shit from last
So
one?
hopefully not. Hopefully bloody not. Alright, so power is on. Let's see if we get a post straight away. We should do. Yes, yes we do.
Yes, yes.
Alright, so we'll start with our BIOS update. Remember all the dramas we had with this new batch of boards being the new revision 1.4?
Yeah.
Revision 1, revision 1.1, 1.2 and 1.3 all have the same BIOS for it. But revision 1.4 has a special BIOS. Yeah, special BIOS. The boards looks exactly the same to the untrained eye, but has a special BIOS. Yeah, special.
Very good. I like this thing.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Oh, and we haven't gone straight to BIOS. Thanks for that. New version of BIOS, and it already lets me down. Already lets me down.
Oh.
Alright, so there it is. FC. That's the version of BIOS, and you know what I think about when I see BIOS version FC. What particular words come to mind if you're an Australian when you see FC? I'll just leave that up to the audience to extrapolate.
Ever seen a goat want to hang out with some cats? No, yeah.
A goat hanging out with cats.
There's a mama cat and the goat's like... I think he just wants his bed back. Oh, huh? One of the kittens is like... I kind of want to go. Let's get
We're
goat.
not getting goats.
No, I'm getting a couple of geese.
You can get ducks, you can get geese. No guinea fowl.
No.
They're noisy. They piss me
Yeah,
off.
I know. Deb had like 20 of them. They used to hang out in that big gum tree in front of them. They were very noisy.
Yeah, no guinea fowl. Okay, so now we're going to find out whether we have a problem with the USB that I'm installing Windows with, or whether the problem is on Microsoft's end. Seems like we're having a lot of problems on Microsoft's end recently.
Bridge testing. Parking a buck ton of trucks on it. How do you know what that is?
Stress test. That's what it is.
But for a road.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
No, look at that. Bang, straight away. No problems.
Did somebody comments on like, what if it collapses? Do all the drivers have life insurance? I couldn't help myself. I'm like, that's the whole reason they're there, to see if it falls.
Yeah, look, even this is faster now. See?
Yay!
Bloody thing.
Used too many times.
Corrupted. Oh well.
USBs are cheap as bloody.
Yeah, it's not. It's
chips,
not. It's
so-
not like. It's not like it's a super expensive piece of tech. But yes, this is definitely better. This is what I'm talking about. It should never take as long as what it has been the last few nights. That wasn't right, and I've been bitching about it, and I'm not just whinging about nothing. Okay.
Is the Prime Minister of
Yeah, it's
Britain.
10 Downing Street.
Yeah, that was the Prime Minister's cat. It gotten out.
The Prime Minister's cat got out
Yeah.
in England.
Yeah. I don't know if it was let out on purpose, but it walked out on the red carpet, sat down, and then somebody came out and like picked it up. See? Yeah, somebody was like closing the door. I haven't seen the full.
Ha! Fluffy cat.
Looks like a little one.
Fluffy cat, come back inside. Back inside 10 Downing Street.
And then Mr.
And Biden rocks up.
Yeah. Oh, the cat's name is Larry.
Larry the cat.
It sounds like my dad named it.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like, yeah, your dad always gives him names like
yeah, well,
that.
he's got Murray and Steve.
Murray, Steve, and Bruce the dog.
Oh, yeah, Bruce the dog. And his roommate, he has a cat as well, but her name is Cleo. So that's a bit different. We need to tell your dad about that.
He'll love that.
I don't think my dad even thought about it.
I'll be like,
He
oh,
was
no,
gonna
he doesn't,
call
but
him-
they've never met.
Yeah, they have. At our wedding.
Oh. Like, they don't, it's not like your dad never comes over because your mum.
Yeah, I know.
So, like, our parents don't, like, hang out. It's all just nice and in-law-y. For lack of a better word.
Okay. John says, g'day, g'day.
Hey John, how you going? Good to have you here, as always.
Well, not for a while. It's been a while.
I know it's been a while.
He said as
But, yeah. It's not like John hasn't been here before. Can everyone hear Christine a bit better tonight?
I noticed what you did with the mic just before when I got
Pointed
up.
it towards you.
Oh, jeez.
That's the point.
Now I feel like it's looking at me. Oh, you should put googly eyes. I'm going to buy a pack of googly eyes at one stage, and I'm going to wake up one day and there's going to be googly eyes on everything.
Oh my fucking god.
You're married to a child.
I know.
Oh, John said he's got a week off. Big
Oh,
fly
nice. Oh, that's
Yes,
well.
we
That's
can.
good.
Oh, very good. You can hear my annoying voice. You all can suffer.
Yes. No, people want to hear you, babe.
But why?
Because. Speak up.
Can I hear a reverb? Is that your speakers?
Yeah, my speakers are probably on.
John says I was up your way last week, loaded at Willowbank.
Ah, nice. Yes, out in Ipswich. Good stuff. Ipswich represent. Ipswich is great.
It actually really is.
Don't ever knock Ipswich. Okay, Ipswich is a good place.
It's very historic.
It's not what it used to be 30 years ago.
they've done a lot of stuff to try and pretty up the place.
Oh, I just mean like the demographic is totally changed out there. It's not like it's not the same as it used to be, basically.
And John says wasn't much fun in a road train.
No, it's not. I mean, you can't do anything, but yeah, no. Ipswich cops a lot of shit. That's the reason why I did a little bit of a shameless plug there for old Ipswich. No, it is a good place. If I wanted to invest, like buy an investment property somewhere in southeast Queensland right now, I would probably be looking at Ipswich and out that way. That's where you can still find relatively good price property, and you can guarantee in 10, 15 years time it will not be well priced. Okay? So just FYI, little bit of unofficial investment advice from Tim's PC. Hit up Ipswich. Fluffy Mao.
No. Oh, for a second then I thought you turned it off.
Okay.
Oh no. The cat's vomited in the bloody hallway.
Excellent.
Thanks, dude.
Alright, so we'll get everything set up here on this PC. So we've got the golf sim. So we've got our software that comes with it.
Sounded like there was some kids just screaming bloody murder or something. Oh no, it's somebody's praise.
Okay. Alright, yep, that's up to date. Just make sure these apps are definitely on the latest version. Yep, version 4.4, that's what we want. Alright, so we just put a bit of basic software on the golf sim. CPU Z, crystal disk info, and crystal disk mark. Google Chrome on there, it's the world's most used internet browser, so people still prefer it. Firmark for our stress test. GeForce Experience. Hardware monitor. No. Yeah.
And John says loaded smashed up plasterboard at the raceway itself is interesting.
Oh, really? Oh, man. Missing out on all the fun.
Here comes the cat.
Fluffy Meow. Oh. Okay, so we'll set up MSI Afterburner just quickly while we're waiting for other stuff to download. Microsoft servers still seem to be running a bit slow. Alright. So look, it's slow downloading Office 365 there. And it's freaking slow downloading cumulative updates there. Okay, that's all looking pretty good. I don't think we need anything else from in here. And we can just make sure everything is installed correctly. Yes, we've got our Bluetooth and we've got our wireless.
What the fuck? Snow in Johannesburg.
Oh, yep.
It's the first time in a decade, more than a decade.
Yeah, wow.
Huh. That's cool.
So yeah, I'm just waiting on this one to download. It's running really slowly. And yeah, as I was showing people last night, the issue's not on our end. So on our end, the internet is all good. So plenty of bandwidth there on our end. No problems at all. But very, very slow on Microsoft's end, which is a real pain in the ass. I mean, I should probably clone these, but I don't like to get too complacent with systems.
Motherboard.
The orange one.
Mm-hmm.
But it's orange and black.
I don't care.
You can get the orange and white one.
What? There's an orange and white one.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Ugh.
I think you might be tripping.
Really?
Yeah. And there's a Sonic one that's white.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
It says Ultra USB power on the side.
Ugh.
Oh, it's even got a BIOS flash button on the back of it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
MSI B550M Pro VDH Wi-Fi has a BIOS flash button on the back of it.
I've got a Rox Tricks and I don't even have that.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a... I don't like Rox stuff now. I had a bad experience with one of their phones and now I just... rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, fair enough.
They say they're all good, but no. Liars. It's just trash.
Alright, well, look, we're just going to do a restart now. See if we can hurry this along. Alright, well, look, while this stuff is installing in the background, because it's taking so long, normally I wait till everything is installed in the background before I run gaming benchmarks, but because it's been a little bit annoying, we're just going to power through. So we've got Heaven, our first one, on high with no anti-aliasing. Alright. And then all the stuff on the screen, we've got the GPU temperature, temperature, usage, clock speed, wattage, VRAM, which is the MEM in green, usage and clock speed. We've got our CPU, temperature, usage, clock speed and wattage, and our RAM usage. And this number here below RAM is how many frames per second it's currently running at. And this is a 1080 benchmark. Soon. Real soon.
Redo my computer. I'm keeping most things, just I'm going to upgrade the cooler and the motherboard and the case and get some more fans. Most expensive part of it is the motherboard. It's pretty expensive. I want the orange. Do I get the Sonic one? No, get the orange one. You should get the Sonic one. And put it in the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Adios says, I can't believe the 4070 Ti uses less power than the 3060 Ti. Insane.
Yeah, I know. It's most probably got a lot to do with the DLSS 3.0. That will make a big difference. So, if you don't know what DLSS is, just quickly, I'm sorry for everyone else who knows what it is. DLSS stands for NVIDIA Deep Learning Supersymmetry. Now, if there was a bloody corporate freaking slogan, if I ever heard one, it was Deep Learning Supersymmetry. What the hell is Deep Learning Supersymmetry, you might ask? Basically, it allows the card to render, say it's outputting a 1440p signal. It's only traditionally rendering, say, 1080p worth of pixels, spreading them out over 1440p and using its AI algorithm to fill in the missing pixels in real time. So it's basically a real-time upscaling tech that NVIDIA uses with their cards. That's why they've got seemingly have such an advantage over their competitors. The cat's just being stupid. He's like his brain's broken. Seriously. Alrighty, so that's done now. We'll do that restart at once. And then we'll run Valley.
Fluffy Meow? Oh, he can still reach his stomach. Wait. Wait. No. Do I have to make the cone tighter? I don't want to make it tighter though. Do I need to get you a bigger cone?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like I'm going to Pet Barn tomorrow, Cat.
When are we going to get those dog kennels?
Should be tomorrow. She hasn't messaged me back with a time and address yet.
Alright, so let's run the next one, which is Valley. We'll do that on Ultra with max anti-aliasing. So even if we ran it on the same settings, this is a more demanding benchmark, so it'll be lower frames per second here. That'll give you a bit of an approximation of running a different game. Oi.
What's that?
Make a Blaziken.
Oh shit.
You want to do it?
Here it is. Where is it?
Down near the shops, I think. Alrighty, so that was Valley there on Ultra with max anti-aliasing. And then we will run superposition, which is our 4K benchmark. Sorted. Yeah.
Laura says, I have a question. Sometimes when I play certain games, my GPU usage drops top 5%, which causes my game to have FPS drops and sound glitches. Do you have any idea how to fix this problem? I've read that I need to change my VGA RAM size, and I can't find it anywhere in my BIOS. Either my motherboard is the Gigabyte H510M.
Yep, yep. Okay, so what is you using your onboard graphics on your CPU? Yeah, so what he's talking about there, VGA BIOS, sorry, VGA RAM size. That's a setting in BIOS. You might have to adjust some other settings. I've done a video for Gigabyte and ASRock boards.
This is a Gigabyte H510MH.
Yeah, have a look over on the Tim's PC YouTube channel. In my videos, it's probably like my most watched video. It's the one on the Gigabyte V550 adjusting the VRAM. So it's had like tens of thousands of views and stuff like that. Lots of comments, lots of likes. So yeah, basically it'll show you. It'll be roughly the same for the Gigabyte board that you have. But yeah, I cover it all in a bit more detail there because yeah, you'll probably need to look at it sort of step by step to fix it, because it's a little bit annoying. Sometimes your system will be set up with with the CSM mode on, and if CSM mode is selected, then this option for adjusting the VRAM that's allocated, that won't even appear in your BIOS. So you'll be sitting there looking around, and it just won't be there, and you'll be wondering why. So yeah, go and check out that video, and then if you're still having dramas, send me a message on Facebook. That'll be the quickest way to get in contact with me.
Oh, okay. Or it says I watched the Gigabyte video, but I never get the UMA mode.
Okay. Is CS? If you definitely turned off CSM mode. You might have to turn off CSM, save and close, go back into it after you do that. But yeah, like I said, if you followed the steps in the video and you're still having some dramas, send me a message on Facebook. That's probably the quickest way to discuss with me. Alright, so a couple of other updates there from Microsoft.
Slowpoke.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a...
It's been a bit of a grind.
Yeah, it has been. I'm not sure what's going on their end. It's obviously something's happened.
Laura says, okay, well, thank you. Have a nice day.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so we should be all up to date now and ready to run our stress test here at the end of the night. Oh look, another one. Okay. So we'll set this one up to run for 90 minutes. Oh, I better put the glass panel back on it for this. Not much point running a stress test on it with the panel off. And I'm going to want to actually have hardware monitor open so I'm logging the temperatures. Make sure I get a report at the end of this. Okay. So we got Thermark running there and we got Cinebench running here, and basically we just let this run for 90 minutes and log the temperatures here in hardware monitor. And basically this is putting the CPU to work 100% and putting the graphics card to work 100%.
My God. I even need this. Check this out. This motherboard, it specializes in media.
Oh, okay. And Elgato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But more Ava.
Yeah, sweet.
Elgato. Oh, I need it even more now.
Alrighty. Well, this is the part of the night where I throw it over to anyone else who's got any other final questions for me, comments before I sign off. Now is the chance to speak.
Big Tim. See Tim playing Pokemon Go.
Catching a freaking raid Pokemon in Pokemon Go.
Are you still trying to catch it?
Yep. Probably not even gonna catch it. Nah.
Yay.
I don't care. I don't need it. Think I need you. I don't need you.
For 8 layers of PCB. Oh, it's DDR5.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well upgrade to that. I only need like 2 sticks.
Alrighty. So we all done?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next video.